Hello from the Disneyland Resort here in Anaheim, California. This is Mike Celestino from Inside the Magic, and this is something that I've done every once in a while here on our YouTube page, but we want to turn it into more of a regular feature. So the plan here is to walk around the entire resort, starting at downtown Disney District, going through Disney California Adventure, and then winding up back here at the original Magic Kingdom at Disneyland, and looking at everything that's new, everything that's changing right now, everything that's been added or different over the past year, month, week. Every time that we come back, we want to keep you posted on the constantly evolving nature of these parks and this resort, because there's a lot happening right now at Disneyland Resort, and there will continue to be a lot happening, and a lot changing, going up, being constructed. So let's get started here. So I want to start here on the roof of the Mickey and Friends parking structure, and looking out over the construction area for Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, coming along very nicely. And as you can see down there, there's some work being done. As we speak, you can see the construction workers moving around, adding those steel beams there to this nice looking structure. And I remember a couple years ago when this first started, thinking, you know, wow, we're gonna get to see this entire thing come up. What didn't occur to me at that time is that we'll be mostly looking at the backs of the giant show buildings here. We don't really get to see into the land as it's being built, other than the rear side from the parking structure here. But we do get to look at the tips of these very cool rock work structures, which have all come up kind of in the last year here. And when you think about it, this has only been going for a couple years, because the project was first announced at D23 Expo 2015, and then in January of 2016 they shut down the Big Thunder Ranch, and that all started to get torn down, and they started the work on shortening the Rivers of America over there. So this project has only been going for about a little over 2 years, and they've done a tremendous job in that time, and there's only about a year left to go. This time next year, I think it's going to be pretty close to being ready to open. So it's been such an amazing experience getting to watch this transform over that time. And if you go back to some of our older videos, you can see the Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout, former Twilight Zone Tower of Terror there in the background. And then you got the Matterhorn over here. There's the tip of the Matterhorn. And in just about a year, we'll get to step foot inside Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, and there's so much cool stuff planned for that area. I personally can't wait to see it. I know a lot of people are excited about it, but until then, we will for sure keep you posted on the status of this construction project. And then I'm standing over here on the south side of the Mickey and Friends parking structure, looking down on what used to be the Pinocchio parking lot, and now is being transformed into another parking structure. And construction started on this very recently, so they've cleared out all the pavement. It's now just dirt, and then the parking structure will be going up probably over the next year, hopefully ready in time for Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, because they're going to need a lot more parking. Frequently, the entire amount of parking that they have currently fills up here at Disneyland, and that's without Galaxy's Edge. Here's the rerouted tram loading area. So you can see people kind of walking in under the parking structure to get on the tram, which is a new development as well. And this will all be temporary, of course, until they get all this up and running, and then we'll likely have a new system of boarding the trams and getting to the park from here. Okay, now I'm out here near the entrance, the west side entrance of the downtown Disney shopping district adjacent to the parks. And I wanted to come here because even though it looks very similar to the way it usually does here right now, in just a few months, all of this is going to change. We're going to be losing the Rainforest Cafe right there, ESPN Zone right there, Earl of Sandwich right there, the AMC Theater right there, and even the Starbucks and Disney Vacation Club offices right here, all will be leveled in just a few months to make room for the giant new Disneyland Resort Hotel, the name of which they have not announced yet. There's the original Disneyland Hotel behind us, but all this area is going to be changing radically over the next couple years, and when that hotel opens, it's going to be very, very impressive. They said there's going to be gardens connecting all 4 hotels in the Disneyland Resort, including that one, the original one, the Paradise Pier Hotel nearby, and the Grand Californian. So I think it's going to be pretty cool, even though it will definitely be sad to lose some of these restaurants and buildings. I really like the theming of the Rainforest Cafe, and it's kind of a guilty pleasure of mine, but I enjoy it. And then we'll have to say goodbye to the Downtown Disney Live stage as well, which hosts a lot of live music performances here at Downtown Disney District. And here's the Downtown Disneyland monorail station, which is also going to be undergoing a radical transformation as that hotel gets built. You're actually going to be able to walk out of the hotel and right onto the monorail, kind of how it works in some of the Magic Kingdom area resort hotels down there in Walt Disney World. So the structure here of this station is going to be very different. If you look at the concept art for the new hotel, you'll kind of get an idea of what it's going to look like, and it looks pretty cool. So that'll be torn down and replaced as well. And here we are in kind of the center area of Downtown Disney District, right outside of Splitsville, Luxury Lanes Bowling Alley. Now this opened very recently. They had kind of a soft open for a while, but then just a couple weeks ago they hosted the grand opening here with a funny little sketch by Goofy, and we have the full video of that elsewhere on this Inside the Magic YouTube channel. But what I wanted to show you is this area right here, just east of Splitsville. This used to be the Build-A-Bear workshop and Ride Makers over on that side, and it's all going to be new eateries here at Downtown Disney. This one, as you can see by the sign, is called Black Tap. Craft burgers and beer coming 2018, so that's this year. And this one is Ballast Point Brewing Company, dedicated to the craft, also opening 2018. And then we've got this new Disney Home Shop, which replaced the much missed D Street, which was kind of like a pop culture boutique here at Downtown Disney. And now you've got a lot of home goods. Let's take a look around in there real quick. And just next to that Disney Home Shop, we have The Void, Step Beyond Reality. This is a really cool hyper reality experience that I've done a few times now. And if you haven't checked it out, I definitely recommend it. It's a lot of fun, especially if you're a big Star Wars fan like me. You kind of get to step into the world of Star Wars, blast a lot of stormtroopers. It's a fun time. So we're here outside the Downtown Disney entrance to the Grand Californian Hotel. And this shop here, which was Anna and Elsa's boutique for a while recently, and then it became the Dream Boutique, now is going to be the Disney Dress Shop, which is currently located across the way. I'm going to zoom in so you can see it. Way over there by the Uva Bar, kind of between those two new eateries that I showed you before. So that's going to be moving right over here very soon as Downtown Disney undergoes this big shuffling. Here's another big pending transformation at Downtown Disney. It's the Naples Pizzeria, which currently looks like that. You got that big cartoonish looking gentleman there holding the pizza, and then it's going to look like this. It's the concept art of what they're turning it into, but it is open during construction. Here's some lovely springtime decorations here at the Downtown Disney District as we turn around and look at World of Disney, which is Disneyland Resort's kind of flagship store. You got every kind of merchandise in there that you can imagine, but it's currently under renovation. They're changing the inside. I think eventually they're going to change the outside as well. This whole half of the store, the west half, is currently shut down. Here's Mickey telling us to go to the entrance on the left, because the store is also open on the other side during construction. Experience a whole new world of Disney. The magic begins fall 2018. This year, we're going to walk in here through the entrance that's still open and just kind of check out this big partition that they've put up, open during construction. You can see this giant wall that they've put here. You used to be able to just walk through here to the other half of the store. I don't know if this wall is permanent or temporary or what's going to happen eventually here, but it's impressive that they were able to put that up so quickly, especially if it's a temporary structure. Okay, so here we are right inside the main entrance gate to Disney California Adventure theme park on Buena Vista Street, going down that way. But what we've got going on right off the bat here is this Disneyland Resort Eggstravaganza 2018, and this is the Easter egg hunt. You can buy this map, find these eggs hidden around the parks. There's one here, there's one hunt here in DCA, one in Disneyland, and one in Downtown Disney. And then you trade them in for these eggs. Once you've found all the eggs in the park, you get an egg. You actually don't have to find all of them, but you can trade in the map. You get a stamp on your map. You get to keep the map, and you get to keep one of these eggs as well. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty fun for Easter time here at Disneyland. So just to give you an idea what these Easter eggs look like, here's the Mickey one inside the Elias & Company store on Buena Vista Street here at DCA. And like I said, those are hidden around the park. I actually did one of the full Easter egg hunts a couple years ago. So I'll put a link to that video on the description of this video, so you can go watch it if you like. I think that was the 2016 Easter egg hunt, and I did all three of them, so check that out. So just wandering through the Grizzly Peak area here at DCA. There's a feral cat hanging out by Grizzly River Run. There he is. Look how cute. And as Disneyland regulars know, you can spot these cats all around the resort. And they help keep the rodent population down. He's wandering away. He doesn't want to be on camera. And here we are on Paradise Bay here at Disney California Adventure, looking over at the former Paradise Pier, which, as you can see by all that scaffolding, is currently being transformed into Pixar Pier, coming June 23rd here at Disneyland Resort. And the popular Cove Bar over there is going to become the Lamplight Lounge, combining that space with Ariel's Grotto next door. You're going to have a nice little area to sit, look out over the water, and enjoy some alcohol, if that's your thing. Some snacks. And then the California Screamin' roller coaster will become the Incredicoaster, themed around the Incredibles series of movies, with the second one coming out this summer. So that should be fun. Mickey's Fun Wheel will retain its famous Mickey Mouse face, but you're going to get a Pixar theme on all the cars going around the ride, all the buckets. Each bucket will have a different character, but Mickey will still be there even after this is Pixar Pier. Coming along, just a few months until that's open and ready to go. And here we are actually standing in the construction area for Pixar Pier. This is where the entrance will be. There'll be a nice animatronic Luxo lamp looking down over the entrance. Here's some concept art covering what the finished area will look like. And you've got this cool character art decorating the construction walls. Now this art will end up on the cars in the Ferris wheel. Here's more concept art kind of covering the entire pier. This is where we're standing right now. Then we follow it around this way. Incredicoaster. Jesse's Critter Carousel. And Toy Story Mania is remaining from earlier. And you'll have a bunch of little games and shops all themed to Pixar. And here behind me you've got the Cove Bar. Like I said, will become the Lamplight Lounge. Here we are in the back main area of Pixar Pier, looking up at the Incredicoaster over there, and this will be Jesse's Critter Carousel, which, as far as they've announced, will not be ready in time for the June 23rd opening of Pixar Pier. That might come much later, with the Inside Out ride that will happen possibly next year, I think. And then you've got the big crest of the Incredicoaster right there with the loop. And Toy Story Midway Mania, which has been kind of covered up by these construction walls and tarps as construction goes on. But the ride is still open. You can still come back here and ride it while they build Pixar Pier. And beyond that, you'll have a number of fun games and shops. And that area is kind of closed off right now while it undergoes its transformation. And of course, it's food and wine festival time here at Disney California Adventure. Lots of people, lots of food, lots of wine. You've got these kiosks set up. Here's Cluck a Doodle Moo. All sorts of different tasty foods and beverages through this area of the park. And you've got this stage set up on Paradise Bay where they've got performances of all stripes later in the day. This is Fat Cat Swingers, I think later tonight. And they're a great swing band. They do some Disney covers, and it's a lot of fun if you have a chance to check them out. We actually have a video of them performing during the holidays last year on this YouTube channel. Here we are in Bugs Land, next to Cars Land. Bugs Land, we hardly knew ye. This summer, Bugs Land is going away, and you can see the It's Tough to Be a Bug show is already shut down here. They're going to be clearing all this out to make room for the upcoming Marvel superhero themed land here at Disney California Adventure, though they won't use the word Marvel in the name of the land for legal reasons that I don't pretend to understand. But we're gonna have to bid farewell to Heimlich's Choo Choo Train, everybody's favorite, and Flick's Flyers over there, and that bumper car attraction over this way. But I think Marvel is deserving of an area at an American Disney theme park, and they can't do it down in Walt Disney World because of Universal Orlando Resort has the exclusive rights to use a bunch of those Marvel characters. But we're gonna get it here, and it's gonna be sweet. And A Bug's Land, unfortunately, has to go away to make room for that. So we'll bid a fond farewell here eventually this summer to A Bug's Land. Hey there, Groot. Can you believe it's been almost a year since Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout opened here at Disney California Adventure? I sure can't. So here in the Hollywoodland area of DCA, there's a kiosk selling Food and Wine Festival merchandise. But what I wanted to show you is this pretty cool art show with a bunch of pieces inspired by the Disney parks. And Pixar. And even the Disney Afternoon and the new DuckTales. Kind of both shows meeting each other there. It's interesting. Food and Wine Festival artwork. There's Dumbo, Pinocchio, the Blue Fairy, and Mickey and Donald. This is probably one of my favorites. So while I was here, I had to finally pick up my annual pass holder button for the California Adventure Food and Wine Festival going on right now. And I've actually been here a couple times since the festival started and just forgot to get the button. So I finally grabbed one. I think it's the same button throughout the festival this year. In times past, it's been a different button every week, but I like this design. It's pretty nice, and I'm glad I remembered to get it this time at this little AP area here in the corner of Hollywoodland. There's the Dora Milaje warrior from Black Panther. I'm probably saying that wrong. Taking photos with guests. And Black Panther is doing his meet and greets right inside of there. Very popular meet and greets for that character. The movie sneak peek theater here is closed right now at the Sunset Showcase Theater, formerly the Muppet Theater here at DCA. Nothing going on in there at the moment. They've got this weird poster saying more sneak peeks coming soon. Maybe they'll do something for Avengers Infinity War, who knows? And here we are back at the original Disneyland. There's the Disneyland Railroad getting ready to make its trip around the Magic Kingdom. We're gonna go into the park and see what's going on. Alright, so this is one of the big changes that's happened here lately during the off-season. Not that there is much of an off-season anymore here at Disneyland, but we'll just say between holiday periods. They've installed this nice new brickwork all up and down Main Street along the trolley cart path, the tracks here. You can see I'm kind of sitting in the middle of Town Square here, and you can see this cool brickwork surrounding the track. I think it also helps kind of give guests and cast members a good guide of where people can stand along Main Street without getting hit. And I really like the way this looks. We're going to go down to the hub and take a look at it down there as well. So that was just kind of a happy coincidence there, wandering down Main Street, USA, and the Disneyland band, the marching band, paraded past with Mickey and friends, so it was cool to see. But that's the kind of stuff that happens here at the happiest place on earth, and we're in the hub now, the center of the park that kind of connects all the lands. Looking at the brickwork that goes all around the hub, all around that partner statue with Walt Disney and Mickey Mouse, and then down past Sleeping Beauty Castle, and then back around this way. I like it. I like the way it looks. I believe your average guest, your average tourist at least, isn't even going to notice that this is here, or that it happened recently. But I think it's an improvement. Alright, we're here in Tomorrowland, right next to Space Mountain, looking at Red Rocket's Pizza Port. Now, Disneyland just announced today that this will become Pizza Planet from the Toy Story, the original Toy Story movie, during Pixar Fest, which starts April 13th, just a couple of weeks from now, and runs through September. So it's not going to be a permanent change to this restaurant, but it will be kind of a temporary overlay, turning this into the location from the movie where Buzz and Woody meet up with the little green alien dudes. So that's exciting. See that soon. And here we are in the back right-hand corner of the park, where some construction is happening as they alter the parade route for Disneyland, and they change the queue area for It's a Small World. You see the Disneyland Railroad going by there. So this area is going to see some pretty big changes when these walls come down. Relatively soon, I would imagine, probably before the summer season begins. Here we are in Fantasyland, King Arthur Carousel, but we're going to look at Dumbo, or where Dumbo is behind that wall, because there's a pretty big overhaul happening with this ride right now. It's been closed for a little bit, and they're doing some refurb behind there, and I think the area is going to look significantly different once it opens back up. Here we are on the Big Thunder Trail, where Big Thunder Ranch used to be, and this will eventually be the entrance, the main entranceway to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge when it opens in just about a year. And we're looking down the other direction here at the entrance to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. It's way noisier here than it usually is. I have no idea what all these kids are doing, but they're about to walk in that direction. And you can see the Disneyland Railroad passes just overhead as you go through this cavern into Galaxy's Edge. I actually really like the work they did here. And you can come and walk back here and camp out and wait for Galaxy's Edge to open. No, you can't really. They'll kick you out when the park closes, but this is where it's gonna be in a year. Can't wait. And here we are at the back left-hand corner of the park at the Hungry Bear restaurant next to the Rivers of America here in Critter Country. Get the Mark Twain riverboat going by. This is actually one of my current favorite spots in the park. It's pretty serene here. Since it reopened last summer, they put this new walkway in down there. And in the background there you can see construction on Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. There's some gentlemen working up there right now, putting in that rock work. Looking good. Some more over this way. There's the tallest peak in Galaxy's Edge. I think all of that is going to look really nice when it's complete. And it actually kind of, when you think about it, blends in. Even here in Critter Country, looking out over the berm there, over the Disneyland Railroad track, going by those waterfalls, and then you'll have those rocky peaks in the background. And from this vantage point, you won't even be able to tell that that's supposed to be Star Wars back there. Of course, when you go into the land, right through here, this is the west entrance to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. Again, we're still right next to the Rivers of America here. There's the Mark Twain. And you'll feel way more immersed in the Star Wars world when you step through that gate. And I imagine this part of the park will be much more crowded once people are coming in and out of there to see Star Wars. Splash Mountain currently under refurb, no water coming out of the big drop there. That'll hopefully be open again soon. I'm sure there's a date somewhere. And here we are in Adventureland, right outside Aladdin's Oasis, which they recently announced is going to be transformed into the Tropical Hideaway, which I'm really, really looking forward to. That'll be here, right adjacent to the Jungle Cruise, and you can sit on the water, enjoy a snack, enjoy probably a non-alcoholic beverage. But if you go and look at the concept art for that, I think it'll be really cool, and kind of a tiki room themed eatery, outdoor eatery here in Adventureland. Super excited about that, coming within the next couple years, I would imagine. Alright, I think that's going to wrap it up for this Disneyland Resort update, the first one for spring 2018. This is Friday, March 30th, 2018, and I think, like I said before, I'm going to try to do this much more regularly, possibly every couple of weeks if it works out that way. And if there's enough interest, we'd also like to do it in Florida, send one of our reporters out to Walt Disney World and do this kind of thing, walking around all the parks and see everything that's new, everything that's changing, everything that's being added or going away. I think it's interesting to me, and I hope it's interesting to you. Thank you so much for watching. And the next big update is going to be from here, from Disneyland Resort, in just a couple weeks for Pixar Fest. A lot of big changes coming for that. So we'll see you soon. This is Mike Celestino from Inside the Magic signing off. Thanks for watching.